So, you know, I like to engineer things to manifest things. So, and I know you're going to take notes. I can already tell you, like, you're going to be taking notes, but I would almost rather you not take notes right now and then watch the replay because you'll know it's within like, how many minutes has it been? It's going to be within the first 15 minutes of the video. I'd rather you just let it sink in as I say it. Like, I think I've shared this story with you again, and I'm just going to share it again. It's super short, so you get the download. I had been wanting to build a compost in my garden, and all you need is 4 pallets, and you need like pikes, and you need a really strong man to come over and like hammer them in. And then I'm like going to put little good vine growing plants around my pallets so that in the middle goes all my compost. And I had the compost just kind of laying in my garden without anything around it. And my now ex-French boyfriend was going to go to his house and pick up all the stuff he needed. And he wasn't coming back. It was like a Saturday morning and I was getting antsy. And I had been visualizing and feeling so grateful that I would be able to look in my garden and see this beautiful palette looking thing with plants and flowers growing around it. And I had seen like how to do it on Pinterest, and it was like a thing I really cared about. So step number 1 was love the picture, love you going to New York. Imagine everything's pink and flowery and beautiful. Imagine that it's fun. Imagine that you're surrounded by light. Imagine that everyone you meet is a high vibration. Imagine that you're on a high vibe when you go. Like, it's kind of like being in a Disney movie or a romantic comedy, and you have to kind of feel like, yeah, and bless the space. Just put high vibrational light and love into the space. You guys get me? And I do that before any of my dates, by the way. I do that before like a weekend. If I want to go play and have fun, I'll bless and put good vibes in a weekend. If like my sister's coming and I definitely want us to have fun. If I'm going on a date with a guy and I'm like, I really want it to be fun, you know, like you could do that too, Delisa. So you're going to want to do that. So step number 1 is I was loving the end result. Like I could already see exactly what my compost was going to look like. And I felt such joy for it. If you don't feel joy for it, you've got more journaling and clearing to do. Like if you feel like, oh, people are going to be nasty, they're going to be competitive, people with me are, you want to clear all the crap that comes after people with me are. Just so it's like for example, for me to have an amazing weekend with my sister, I've had to clear a ton of limiting belief on my sister and limiting beliefs on my sister, because until I did it, I kept reliving my worst beliefs about my sister. She kept being those beliefs I thought she was. And then as soon as I cleared them, she stopped ever being that way again with me. Okay. And that's the same thing with men. If we clear our beliefs about men, they stop being the thing we don't like about men. Okay. So there's a process to doing that. And I think, Delisa, you know what I'm talking about. So, all right. And I'm saying that so that it doesn't block the manifestation. Okay. Oh, you totally grabbed your notebook. That's so funny. Yeah. So don't take notes because I want you to feel this, Delisa. I want you to not be in your head. I want you to be in your heart. So had I had a weird belief about composting because my mom used to garden and maybe I had blocks around my mom and gardening, I'd still be looking at a pile of compost on the floor without anything pretty around it, you know? But because I guess I must have, along the years, I don't have any resistance to the gardening and all that. I just felt love for the end result. So I really recommend you feel grateful and love and bless people there. Bless the crew, bless the directors, bless the producers, bless everything. And again, check your shit at the door pretty much. If you have like aversions, oppositions, go in there to clear it. Okay, and then here's what happened. The boyfriend leaves, he goes and gets all the stuff. It takes forever to come back. And I'm like starting to get antsy and I'm starting to be like, where is he? And I want to call him and kind of nag him, but I'm like, don't do it. And I heard this voice come in really clearly. And it was, Oh man, I wish I had written down. I used to know it by heart, and now it's been a few months. I'm like, I don't remember, what did they actually say? And it was kind of like this: stop trying to control the situation and the outcome. Instead, focus on how much you love the end result. Okay. Focus on how much you love the end result that the compost is already done. So that step 2 for you, Delisa, is what is the actual meeting in New York leading to? Like, I wasn't loving on my boyfriend going to get the stuff because that wasn't part of the deal. I was loving on the end result of the outcome, which, by the way, I used to do that for skiing. I'm like, I love skiing so much that I manifested 3 skiing trips this winter. One in Park City, United States, one in Switzerland, and one in France, with my son and with other people, which I didn't have to organize because I love the end result so much. Does that make sense, Delisa? So you, and I don't think, oh, I love packing and going up the mountain. I just love the end result, which is skiing down the slope really, really fast and like going as fast as I want to, just being free. And I recommend, Delisa, that you just, so you bless the video and everything, but then you also are so grateful for the end result, and it's a feeling. And so if the end result doesn't feel good or it doesn't feel clear, you have some indecision inside. You're like, oh, this is a good thing, but this is a bad thing. I want it, but I don't want it. If there's any cloudiness around it, then I would clear on that, and I would do some work on that. Kind of like dating. I wouldn't say go on just random dates unless you love what it is you want to manifest through the dating. You guys get me? Like, do you love being in a relationship? Do you love having a boyfriend? Do you love spending nights with him? Do you love the intimacy? And if that's not super clear, do you love the sex? And if you have wishy-washy energy in that, you're going to manifest guys who are kind of wishy-washy, or you're not going to be manifesting what you want. Okay, you guys, does that make sense how the manifesting works with the heart, calling things in? So pretty much as soon as I sat there and I'm like, oh, you're right. I don't need to know where he is or what he's doing. I just have to focus on seeing it done. My compost is done. And like literally I heard his car pull up. He got all this stuff out and he's like, let's do this, and within an hour, he and Hayden were like doing it together, and it was so cute. And I now have a compost in my garden, which is really important to me. So, that's it. So love the end result. Don't have any conflicting, weird energy around it. If you do, journal it out, clear it out.